Good afternoon and welcome to a slightly belated Incumbents update for this week. It's been a good and busy week, lots of life-giving parts of this week. So this Incumbents update may be a little longer than usual. I want to keep you up to date with a few things. But first of all, I want to say that I missed one thing from last week when I did the update, and that was that we had a meeting of the stewardship team at the end of last week. And it was a very valuable meeting. I really appreciated the wisdom that was in the room. And between us, we are committed to sharing more about what stewardship means in its wider sense of thinking of our time, our talent, and our treasures, and how we put them at the service of our community and of the wider world. Expect to hear more about that in the coming weeks and months. I do need to let you know that there was a break-in attempt at the church. They did some damage to a door and a window in the well outside of my office here, going down to the Greater Victoria Youth Orchestra office and the workshop. They didn't manage to gain entry, and Graham has been very fast to make sure repairs are happening to those to the window and to the door, and working out how we can prevent access into that area. We've also been talking to security about their role and their responsibilities and how they respond to things that are happening around the grounds. That's an ongoing conversation, and I'm grateful for Jim and Graham and Carol Ann who are paying attention to that. So a little bit later this week sharing this update than I'd hoped. That's partly because so much has been happening and it's been really good. Highlight for me was the excellent School of Prayer taken by Dr. Pat Manning for us on Monday evening, where she introduced us and took us through centering prayer. That was well worth going to. All of them have been really quite insightful and wonderful gatherings here in the Denson Lounge on Monday evenings. This next Monday, we have the Reverend Canon Dr. Martin Brokenleg coming to speak to us about the rhythm of prayer. And the following Monday, we have Cornelia van Voorst, artist, who is going to talk to us about the art or arts and prayer. Today, we had a lovely midweek Eucharist at 8 a.m., and that was followed by a really helpful and thoughtful sermon circle discussion. We had a really positive book group and very good soup at lunchtime. And then I circulated the ministry report, which I hope you'll have time to read in the next couple of days. We are catching up. Joan Hazar used to really drive us to make sure we had reports out in time and that the agenda and minutes were out for parish council in time. We are working on making sure that all happens, and we're just trying to get into the rhythm of a new year. So those things will be out soon. And a reminder for those of us who have reports to share that we should try and get them out a week beforehand if we can. I failed this week. I'm a day late. But for all of us, if we're able to share those, that's really helpful. There are other things in your inbox, I know, that do pertain to the coming parish council meeting next Tuesday. Tomorrow, I have visits that have been arranged, people coming to see me, along with our usual leadership team that takes place in the afternoon at 3:30. And following that leadership team, we will have, at our leadership team, David Buckman has very kindly offered to come and share an update on the human resources policies that have been shared by the diocese, and as it pertains particularly to lay and clergy staff here at St. John's. Thank you to David for doing that. There are some important changes that we all will benefit from knowing about. After the leadership team meeting, we're going to have our inaugural cemetery management group meeting. That team has been put in place in order to make sure that we are caring appropriately for both the memorial garden next door outside my office and the columbarium, which is downstairs next to the basement, the lower hall, as we're calling it. Tomorrow evening, we have our Zoom book group at 7 p.m. And I warmly invite you to come and share in a short service, 20 minutes of Compline, which is night prayer, and it takes place from 9 p.m. till about 9:20, either via Zoom or on our St. John's Facebook page. If you need the Zoom link, please email me. One notice I have for the coming weekend, the beginning of next week, Sunday, we are invited to share with Masjid Al Imam, which is our local mosque, and with Christchurch Cathedral in an introduction to Islam and especially to Ramadan, which begins on the 22nd of March, next Wednesday. It's an opportunity for us to connect with our siblings from the mosque and our siblings from the cathedral. So I encourage you and I warmly invite you to come and share in that at 1 p.m. in the chapter room at the cathedral on this coming Sunday. To end, I just want to give the usual reminders. We have noon prayers every day online on our Facebook page. We have 2 midweek Eucharists at 8 a.m. on a Wednesday and 12:30 p.m. on a Wednesday. And I do want to encourage you, if you want to connect, I would love to have you come visit, or I will come visit you as time allows. Please contact Carol Ann, who has a copy of my schedule for every week and is able to facilitate that. Other than that, I want to say thank you all. I look forward to seeing you in person in the coming days, and particularly next Tuesday for parish council members. And I hope that next week I'll manage to get my weekly update out on Monday. For now, be well, and God bless you in this Lenten season.